Welcome to our next episode where we're going to be discussing Butcher and Blackbird by Brynne Weaver. This is the first book in the Ruinous Trilogy series, and this was a really good time.
Yeah, it is a really good time. I like her writing. So this is the only one of the series that I've read, but I have read her other book, Tourist Season, which I also
Which
enjoy.
is a completely different series, but does have something to do with one of the characters in this book.
Yes, it does.
Which is really fun because you're just expanding on the universe.
Love the tie-in.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is the first one. I did read all three, so each book is about one of the brothers of the main character from this book.
Yeah,
and you should read them.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm going to. I can't wait to read. There'll probably be some spoilers in this episode.
Yeah,
but
we're going to get into it. But I would say that when you're talking about, this is a dark romance because there's murder in it. There's a lot of really dark themes, but on the whole, it's kind of funny.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
You know,
her books are just fun.
They're like a genuinely a good time.
She made unaliving fun again.
She did. She did. We love the unaliving in this because everybody who gets unalived really deserves it.
That is probably one of my favorite things about this.
So it's very Dexter-esque, right? You know, like we are murderers, but we're only going to murder bad people. But ultimately, they are people who need to murder people. So let's jump into it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about spice level because this is quite spicy.
It went 0 to 60. It was not spicy, and then it was all the spice for about 3 chapters.
Yes. Yes, and then every time you get,
and it was intense spice.
Oh,
like
was.
At one point, he just fell asleep in her. He's like, "We're just
he's like, and she loved it."
Staying.
I mean, they are serial killers, so they are into like some really crazy bedroom stuff.
Yeah. It really was funny though, because I mean it's just tension building. You love a slow burn.
I love a slow burn.
I don't love a slow burn.
This.
I like
I want to earn it.
Yeah, well, I felt like I earned it like 5 chapters before it came.
There was so much murder in it, so it was like, you know, like let's get to the spice. But I felt like it was so fun and exciting that the slow burn was great, but it wasn't like, oh, it was just like there was so much happening.
Yeah,
you know?
it did have as far as slow burns go, this was definitely one of the easier ones to read. It wasn't, but it was like, well, it felt longer because she kept doing the time lapse. I'm like, it's been another year, and these people have not even kissed. What is happening?
Right. So in this book, you get a lot of time lapses, but I felt like it added to the spice. So spice level, what's your spice level for this?
I mean, they were doing some stuff. Like it was probably at least a 3.5 or 4 for those last few chapters.
I'm gonna give this one a 4 because when we get to the spice, it is unhinged.
It is. And then it just goes on.
And then they keep. I mean, they go at it
and like all the things.
But you know, she made you wait so long, and then you get to the spice, and we keep spicing for a minute. Yes.
Once it started, it didn't stop. So,
absolutely.
So that was good. All right, what about trauma level?
So we're going to talk about trauma level, and this is a book about murder, but like, it's not traumatizing. It is more revenge. It's more, yes, these people deserve this.
Yeah.
The trauma that happens in this book to the characters is there towards the end. So there is a trauma level, but you know, check your triggers because there's wild things happening when they are doing their serial killer thing. But I would say trauma level for me was like a 3.
Yeah, I mean, I would be even lower. I don't know what's happening to me since I started reading dark romance.
You think things have changed?
Things have changed for me. Like this is really only 2, probably.
Wow. Wow. Okay. I mean, we had a whole cannibal in this book.
Yeah. But you know that didn't really bother me.
That didn't bother me.
It was funny. It was so funny.
It was hilarious.
It was so funny.
It was so funny.
I mean, I don't endorse that. I don't want people eating other people. But it was just so funny.
No, in no way are we going to endorse serial killers or cannibals or anything that happens in this book.
In any of these books.
Right, but we do endorse you reading it because it is a great time.
Yeah.
So give me more, give me less. What could you use more of?
I wanted more spice. I mean, when they hit it hard, but I like it a little evenly distributed.
You wanted them a little shorter, just more frequent.
Yeah. Or I don't even like shorter, just a little bit. I didn't want to wait so long for it. I'm impatient. I think I'm impatient.
No. Okay, so what could you use less of?
I mean, the opposite, the other side of that same coin, the slow burn. Like when she shows up to the restaurant, I was like so happy when she finally showed up to the restaurant and like sat in a little booth and she was so nervous. And then like she just he didn't come out right away. She got scared and ran away, and then we had to wait another year. I want less of that.
Yes.
I want less of that. I want like, let's just get together, unalive people, and see what happens afterwards. There was too much tension for nothing.
I love the tension. I live for the tension. So I could have used probably a little bit more spice. I could have used a little bit more backstory. We get some backstory, but you don't get a lot.
Yeah, it's really minimal. That's probably why too the trauma level was low for me. Because like you get doses of like his upbringing sounds like it was really horrible.
Yeah.
And then she obviously has her own backstory, which I don't really think we get really
Not
much.
a whole lot of it. And honestly, I could have used all the villains a little bit more backstory from them.
I agree.
Like all the schmurder we did,
Yeah.
But you get enough to like, okay, these people do not deserve to be alive.
Yeah. But it really could. I would say I enjoy her writing so much, and I think she's funny. The comedic relief in these books are great. Like I could have tolerated a longer book.
Yeah.
Like I would have read about all the characters.
You do get 2 more.
I know. I'm so excited to read Lark.
Yes.
Like that's it. And when you said, "What do you want more of?" I want more of her. She just cracked me up, and she only had like a few short parts.
She's one of my fantastic in the second book. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait.
What I could have used less of out of this was definitely the time jumps, because it felt so crazy that like she could have just. I mean, I love the way she did it. I'm not a writer, but I could have used less of. Oh, it's been a year, and it feels like really like I get that they weren't in the same area, and this took time for them to develop because they were insane people. Let's be very honest. They were crazy people, but they fell in love. But before we talk about how they fell in love, we have to talk about
their meet cute.
The meet cute and the game. So their meet cute is fantastic because she is trying to kill someone and she gets captured.
Oh, so when Rowan shows up, the guy's dead, but she's locked in a cage.
Yes. And she can't get out. And she's like, well, this is how I die now. Yeah. Because, all right, so Sloane is our main character. She's known as the Orb Weaver because she will murder people and create these very intricate, like, maps with strings, and it looks like a spider's web. And she's leaving all these clues about what these guys that she has serial killed have done, so that when they are found, they can go, oh, let's look at all this. But then you find out that the police never have figured it out.
And she gets so salty. She's like, if the FBI would just look in this manner, they see this is a topographical map of where all the unalive
She does all this beautiful work, and they never figure out that like all of these people were really terrible people who were like murdering people.
She's a very misunderstood artist. Yes. It's a central theme to this story.
Absolutely. And then Rowan is known as the Boston Butcher. He is his own serial killer, right? And like their meet cute is that they both went to murder the same guy.
That's right.
Yeah.
And she got there first, got stuck. He saves her.
Yes. He realizes that she's doing the same thing that he does, and he really likes it.
Yeah, well, he knows of her.
Yeah.
They know of each other, although she's pretending not to. So that was cool because he's instantly infatuated.
Yes. Because he's like, oh, now I get to meet the Orb Weaver, and I'm such a fan of your work.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's you don't want to call this a meet cute, but the banter is just quality in here. I mean, they're great. So, he's like, hey, we should meet up again. Like let's exchange emails, or I don't know how they keep in touch.
They were texting.
They were texting.
Know if it was burner phones.
Yeah,
they were texting.
They were texting, and they're like, we should make this like an annual thing where we like meet up and find somebody who needs to be offed.
Yeah,
and then we will make a competition to see who can do it first.
Yeah, so that's when you meet Rowan's brothers, because, and one thing I will say I did love about this book is that these people weren't alone. A lot of times you have like a character who's kind of operating like this.
Yes.
And they have no one to talk to. There's no one to interact with. Now, these people's friends, like this is a community of unalivers.
A community. I love that. It's a community of unalivers.
So you get a lot of good banter and support just kind of from that. And so his brothers are actually part of it, and I think it's his older brother who is the one who finds the competition.
Right.
So and they both go in blind.
And you find out more in the second book as to why he knows so much about where all these people are.
Okay.
He's not particularly a serial unaliver like they are, but he does his own thing. So Lachlan, you don't really get to know his other brother Fionn till towards the end, but Lachlan becomes a big part of this because he's helping to set up the game for them, because he's like, hey, I found that a bunch of people are being murdered in this area. I think y'all should go out there and check this out, because I feel like we have potential for you to find someone for your game here. And they go and they stay in this little ratty motel.
Yeah, so the first one's kind of interesting because you get a real glimpse of Rowan in this one, because he just goes absolutely ballistic. Like so I think on all of them, Sloane figures out who it is first. His game plan is to basically stalk her to be able to get
and then try to run there first. Yeah.
But this guy, so this creeper, they figure out who he is. They're staying at the hotel. Well, he's watching her in the room.
Yeah.
Through like a secret hidey hole.
Runs the hotel. Yeah.
Yeah. And
he's like creeping.
They chase him down, and Rowan just absolutely beats him to death.
Yes.
Like, this is not, and she was like, I don't know what I just saw. I like it, but I don't know if I should like it. He's dangerous. Like, there was like a little contemplation about, is this safe? It was like, he went absolutely nuts.
He is unhinged.
Yeah.
But he's funny, so we really like him, and he's only unhinged in the best ways.
Yeah. I mean, and she really didn't turn her off. She paused for a moment. And she's like, that was pretty uncontrolled. And Lark is like, sounds hot. And so they keep this game up. The second one's my favorite, though.
Yeah.
That was the cannibal.
Yes. So they find this guy that they're doing their game for, and they both wind up having dinner with him.
Yeah. Well, so Rowan crashes the date.
Yeah.
Again,
he's
stalking the victim. So it's important that he crashes, because he doesn't 100% know what she knows. He's just like, oh, you're going on a date? Well, I'm coming. Yeah. This isn't happening.
The date was great. And then they all wind up back at this guy's house. Yeah. And this guy decides to feed them dinner.
That's right.
And she is just watching Rowan enjoy himself at this dinner. She tells him nothing.
She does try, like, with her eyes to, like, shut him down. And even when the guy opens the second bottle of wine, like the first bottle, they all drink. She's watching him. She's clocking. Okay, he drank it too. Well, then he opens another bottle, and Rowan's just eating and drinking and enjoying. And she's trying to, like, scream at him with her eyes, and he's just
not picking it up.
This food's too good.
Yeah.
So he passes out because the second bottle was drugged, and then so when he comes to, she kind of lets him know what happened, and he proceeds to vomit profusely.
Yes, because they were eating people. 100%. 100%. And the bottle of wine was poisoned. And there's also like this weird waiter guy that is working for this guy that brings out all the stuff that just seems like he's lobotomized.
Yeah.
So after they like have it out with the what was his name? I don't
remember his name.
Yeah.
I just remember he was a cannibal.
He was definitely a cannibal. After they wind up murdering him, they go and find this like little butler guy, and he's dumb. He's just sitting there and he's eating this ice cream.
Oh God.
And Sloane looks at the ice cream, and she tells Rowan, did you see the label? And he looks at the label, and it said contains human semen, and he is just gobbling it up, and Rowan vomits right there. And this was a big part of the book that people, especially like on Book Talk and stuff, really talked about, was this ice cream scene. Brynne Weaver always folds in something really disgusting into each one of her books. So I'm going to forewarn you, there is something really gross in each one of them.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Yes. And the ice cream was definitely the clinchpin on this one. I thought that was hilarious. You know, like, what other book are you going to read about like a group of serial killers? It's just so funny.
I know.
Right?
That's the thing. Yeah. I do love her stuff. The only other one I read by her was Tour Season, which I did like.
Yes. So after they do this one, they again separate for like a year.
Another year,
because they only meet up once a year. We haven't even had a kiss yet.
No, we haven't had a kiss. And I think, I can't remember if she shows up to Boston before or after the cannibal incident. But at some point, that's when she shows up and kind of runs away, which is upsetting.
So Rowan also has a restaurant that he runs. And she goes and finds his restaurant and sits at the table. Yeah. And then before he can come out, she kind of like runs away. She gets like super nervous about it. And decides that she doesn't want to do it. But then he discovers that she was there, and he like hire this kid.
Oh, so he flies out. Yes, it was so cute. He flies. It was cute, but it was frustrating. I'm like, just go talk to her.
And it's so stalkery. Let's be very honest, because he is like sitting in the bush hiring this kid to go and send her food, and then talking to her on the phone about how to cook it.
Yeah,
and like having this little date.
It was adorable.
Yeah, it was adorable.
Really adorable, but I'm just like, could you please go in and talk to her?
He does not. He does not. He does not see her the whole time that he's there, leaves, and then we're going to cut to the next game.
When he's hiding behind the tree the last day because he didn't send the food, she comes out looking all disappointed, and he's like, oh, that's sexy. And I'm like, no, what would be sexy is if you went over to her.
I thought this was going to be it. This was going to be when they were finally going to collide. But no,
he did all that work and then walked away. That to me is where the burn gets too slow, and I get frustrated. You show up, nothing happens.
But the frustration adds to the spikes.
No, I read those scenes. They were standalone. That could have happened at any point in the story, and I would have been okay with it.
But then we have the third game, right? And this is where they go. Is this when they find the girl from tourist season?
No, so what happens is because she gets kicked down a hole, like into a pit. Yeah, they go find this guy, and he's like chopping people up with chainsaws.
Yeah,
like he's just but he kind of tricks him. He's got the whole house bug. She thinks he's going to get Rowan, and so she tries to save him. She gets knocked into the pit with the girl from tour season.
Right.
I can't remember her name.
I can't remember her name either.
But yeah, gets knocked into the pit with her. Then Rowan comes, saves her. Then they go kill the guy. But not before he dislocates her elbow and kicks her in the face.
Yes.
Yeah. So she's super injured.
Yeah, she like needs medical attention after this. So Rowan actually has to take care of her, and he brings her to meet his brother Fionn, who is a doctor.
Yes.
And Fionn is kind of in on what they're doing too, because we're just a family. People were okay with all of this. But it's great because then they get to spend some real time together.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much when she starts to recover, which in all fairness, I'm not sure she's fully recovered by the time they do some of the things that they do, given the extent of her injuries. So that all felt very unsafe.
So the spice starts spicing at this point, okay? And he's like, listen, I have been into you for a hot minute. And she's like, you have?
Yeah. Always the surprise.
So surprised.
Always the surprise.
Of course he has. And so they finally get it on in fantastic fashion.
I mean, in so many ways.
In so many
places.
I mean, sort of disturbing.
Yeah.
And then they have a safe word.
Chainsaw.
Which is perfect for them. I don't know that she never uses it.
No. He even asks sometimes. He's like, at one point he was saying something. He's like, I'm going to do this. And he's like, do you want to use a word? And she's like, no.
she is down. She is down for whatever. Yeah. And they are freaky. That's
When they christen, is it his new restaurant?
Yes.
Where they have, and that whole scene, just logistically, I'm like, how wide are these booths? Like, I don't understand.
Right, because you feel like it's not enough space. Things might be in the way.
Kind of, like restaurants you sat at with a booth, but the booth is kind of close to the table. I'm just like reading this, and I'm like, I don't know. I need a visual.
Yes. So they hook up for like a long time. At this point,
and then there's another turn because David comes into the
the lobotomized butler that they decided to save is she has convinced him, because he was like, let's just kill him, and she was like, we can't do that. So she's like, why don't you take him and let him work at your restaurant, because that seems like a great idea. We can keep him close. I mean, he's an idiot, so what is he going to do? And it turns out that he is awful, and he is not stupid, and he has been playing them the whole time.
He's also an unaliver.
He is an unaliver.
And he knew about the games every August, and he didn't want to be on their list.
Wasn't he the actual cannibal? Wasn't he and the other guy? Like the other guy
was an unaliver too.
But he was the guy that they were really looking for, and they didn't realize it when they rescued him. So he decides to go ahead and just unalive Rowan in his own way. So he does he drug him?
He doesn't have to, because he threatened Sloane.
He does.
Which really upset me, not the threatening Sloane part, but the fact that he calls her and breaks up with her.
Yes.
And I'm like...
she's devastated for like 15 minutes. And then she's like,
wait a minute.
Well,
he did leave her a clue when he was talking about, it's just like I said on the drive. And so, like, he'd given her that clue to think back to it. But it's like, I hate when the male main character just unilaterally takes away the choice from the woman to protect her. It's like, she has shown you she's a badass.
But he does hope that she is going to show up.
Yeah, I mean, he does drop the hint. That's true.
And it takes a little deducing on her part. She starts to suspect pretty fast, and then she calls his brother, and she's trying to figure out what's going on, and then she makes her way down there, and she realizes that something has happened.
Yeah.
And that they have to save Rowan.
And she does. And she unalives him. She does. Bye, David.
The unaliving in this book. You have to experience it, because while it is dark and there is, like, schmurder happening, it's still funny. It's still poetic justice in a lot of ways, because these people are so awful.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's great. The banter is. I want to give the banter 5 stars. In this book.
Yeah. Honestly, I like. She's very funny. Like, it's creative. She makes it fun, which is, I think, why it's harder for it to read as traumatic for me.
Right.
Because it's just so enjoyable.
It doesn't feel traumatic.
Yeah.
And so, like, when I talk about dark romance, I would call this dark, not pitch black.
Yeah.
I mean, it's more than light gray. It's more than like lights out, but it's not I will break you.
Yeah. Oh God, no. Yeah.
So like on a scale of like light gray to pitch black, I would call this like right in the middle. Yeah. This is dark.
If something kind of makes me laugh out loud, I'm usually it kind of balances everything out for me.
Yeah.
But definitely a good read. I am absolutely going to read the rest, because I'm so excited about Lark's book.
So what are you giving this overall?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
4 stars.
I would give this 4 and a half. Yeah. It's up there. I really enjoyed it. There's not much I would like different about it. I know you don't like the slow burn. I really don't. I enjoy the yearning.
If I'm gonna have a slow burn and yearning, though, I need a little bit more of the character development, like you're asking for.
Yeah.
Because then I can sit with it. But if it's like, if I don't know enough about the characters and most of the plot centers around this relationship,
I think you'll really like.
Too slow of a burn gets me.
I think because you get a little bit more of Lark's story.
Oh, I can't wait. She was my favorite, even though she only had like such a side role. Like, I just instantly loved her.
She's insane.
I love that the first introduction to her is when Sloane has her own victim, completely separate from any of this.
Yeah.
And Lark just calls her, and they're just chit-chatting while this guy's like tied to the table, and they're just having this conversation.
It's so normal.
It's so unfazed, right? Well, at this point, I didn't know. Obviously Lark knows about her pastime, but I didn't know anything about Lark.
So I'll tell you, because you're going to find out very quickly in the beginning of the next book, that the reason that Lark and Rowan are such good friends is because Lark was a victim of a sexual predator when she was a kid, and Rowan unalived him. I mean, not Rowan, Sloane unalived him. Yeah.
Well, you get that right at the end of this one.
Oh, you
there's
do?
There's a flashback at one point in this story.
Oh, in the epilogue.
Yeah, where she's soothing her, where Lark is soothing her about what had happened. Like, don't worry, my family will take you in and protect you. So you get the story of why she's so
rich. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
They are
bound to her, like in that dynamic between them. But it was just so funny. She was so accepting of what was happening with Sloane, and I didn't know she was also an unaliver at the time.
Yes.
So I'm just looking at this, thinking like, man, talk about a ride or die. Like, and she was funny. Like, it just, I don't know. I can't wait to read the second book.
It was great. Well, thanks for tuning in for this episode, and we will see y'all next time.
Bye.